Well, hey everybody, welcome to Smooth Jazz with Tyler and the boys. Nope, just kidding. This is 22 panels. And
Bring back the jazz.
I know this is a podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs, Tad and Phil are tired, and I'm just
Yes.
preoccupied, I guess. So
Yes.
uh
Tired is an understatement.
So Tad just hit record
I
randomly.
mean,
So I
I
was like,
mean, I
okay,
don't
here
know
we
if you
go.
noticed, Tyler, I postponed two interviews. I
Wow.
never postpone interviews.
No, it's like
Really?
it's like you've had a lot going on or something.
I postponed two interviews.
Okay.
So
So
does that
what's
mean we're still waiting on a great power 300?
Yeah, because
Tad's
I don't
fading on
even
us?
remember what number we were on. But yeah,
Who
no,
understands?
two of the three interviews that were supposed to happen in the last couple of days have not.
Why? What's been going on?
What's been going on? Well, I mean, I think we mentioned on the air a while ago that a deer hit my car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm just
Um,
remembering that.
yes, and so Tuesday of this past week is when the insurance company after the body people had looked at it and gone, oh no, this is going to cost about twice as much as we originally expected. Insurance company went, then we're we're going to junk it out. And I mean,
Love to
thankfully
see
they
it.
gave us a relatively sizable check. But the problem was that like my wife's car was already very much on its last legs. In fact, due to some frayed electrical wires, it
Mm,
was it was regularly having three different alarms go off at the same time for things that weren't wrong. They just the system
Just
thought they
short
were
it.
wrong.
Yeah. Yep.
So she was regularly having to listen to boom, 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 boom.
that's actually that's really good car onomatopoeia you got going there,
That
Tad.
Uh,
sounded,
uh,
yep, that was
Yeah.
right
um,
on.
well, I mean, I've also listened to it on the phone on a regular basis because I would be talking to her while she was in her car, and I would
That'll do it,
suddenly
yeah.
hear the boom, boom.
We'll get you in a room with that one guy from Spaceballs.
Michael Winslow.
Yep, that guy.
Yep.
So uh, then um, so we took her car in Thursday night because we needed to know, okay, what are we looking at to maybe stretch it a few more months? Because we have to replace my car now.
Hmm.
So how much more can we get? Like, and the mechanic said, no. You don't want to fix this car. And the reason those and the reason those wires are frayed is because the wheel bearings are going. And like it's not quite unsafe to drive off the lot, but you're like one day soon you will be driving and your wheels will just fall off.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Just doing it. I feel like my mechanic is like at least a phase or two ahead of that point. So, it's familiar, but not familiar enough yet.
Right. So it's like, so no, do not spend more money on this car. Um, and we're like, uh-oh. So we need two cars, or we need to carpool, or we need to, oh
If only,
fuck.
if only there was
Yeah.
public transportation to support you in a time of need.
Well, not in the suburbs.
Exactly.
I mean, we might be able to figure out the buses. And like there, I mean, like if we took one car, there are ways where Kelly could drop me at a train station that I could take to close enough to my school to be able to like it's not impossible, but like, yeah, no. Um,
Did you guys buy matching cars?
Not quite. Not
Because
quite.
that okay, let's get to that because I'm
So
dying to know what you bought.
as it turns out,
Yeah.
um, because of this podcast, so this is
Mhm.
my new surreal experience.
Oh my.
Indeed.
Has
Go
come
on.
exclusively because I happen to be part of the comics community. Because of this podcast, I, I know someone whose brother manages a Volkswagen dealership.
Wow.
And therefore I got treated as family.
That's pretty lucky.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
much so, so much so that said brother came in from paternity leave.
Oh wow.
He
Oh,
had a child born 4 days ago,
okay.
5 days ago now, 4 days ago when we were meeting with him. Um, we laid out our financial restrictions. We laid out what we needed, and within 2 hours, he had for me a 2015 Jetta, which is 2 years older than my Fit, but with 69,000 miles on it, which is 100,000 miles less than my Fit. So like
Yeah, that's pretty
Sure.
good.
the
Yep.
car
Yeah,
is
yeah.
older, but with way less mileage,
Older
Okay.
but newer all at once.
right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
And for my wife, a lease on a 2016 or 2026 Jetta.
Oh.
Um, all for a little bit more than our dream scenario, but like enough that we or little enough more than our dream scenario that we were willing to pull the trigger.
Nice.
Great.
At
That's
least
awesome.
Um,
got you out of the nightmares.
so we went in yesterday hoping to learn some things. If we were really, really, really lucky, be in a situation where we'd be coming back for a car later this week.
Wow.
And instead, we drove away with two cars.
That's fantastic. And all due to the power of comics.
That's right.
All right.
It's my new surreal comics experience.
There we
That's
go. Well,
awesome.
thank you, whoever in the community hooked Tad up and got him back on his wheels. That is an awesome and heartwarming story. That's so great.
The nightmare end to the nightmare week to the nightmare month of the nightmare year.
No.
Um,
Wait, the nightmare year isn't over yet.
I mean, I know, but we're in like the 75th week already.
Oh, yep, that sounds about right. 75 weeks and still
We're
not
in
done
the
with February.
75th week of January.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, no.
I know the calendar says February, but don't believe it.
So, so you and Kelly got his and hers Volkswagens for
Uh,
Valentine's Day.
I mean, essentially, we don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, but it's a nice experience to go on February 14th to go along with the horrible experience that I had on a February 14th. So, I mean, there's that.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So, I mean,
We'll just
Kelly's still waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm still reminding myself that it can't be a dream because I don't dream in pictures, and even
Hmm.
the like 1 in a billion times where I do dream in pictures, they're in black and white, and all of this is definitely going on in full color.
So,
So
how
I
do you
can't
usually dream?
possibly be dreaming, but I feel like it.
How do you usually dream? Is it like emotional states or
Emotional states and words.
interesting? Very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the good part of my week, and well, I mean, part of the bad part of my week too, and like the only parts that I'm gonna get into right now because it's just been long, and the
Yeah.
other parts aren't bad; they're just long. Quick comics news: Tiffany Babb is adding to her comics journalism empire to go along with the Comics Courier. She will be crowdfunding the Comics Staple, a 12-page zine style black and white comics reviews journalism blah 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 magazine coming to Kickstarter soon.
Very
Um,
cool.
which I'm excited about as well. I'm gonna keep the what kind of week has it been? Short. Did you guys see Governor Walz's comments after it was announced that that ICE was leaving Minnesota?
Yeah.
No, I hadn't even heard that.
It was so Waltz,
Yeah.
and I put it down as Minnesota nice. Governor
Hmm.
offers to pack bags, plow snow for departing ICE stormtroopers.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
more like about fucking time. Get the hell out of our town as soon as you can pack your bags. You know what? We'll help you pack your bags.
I'll
You need us
pack
to
them for
plow.
you and
You need,
plow.
you need us to plow the roads on the way to the airports. We'll do that too.
Well, they can't drive, so naturally they need some help. That's
Ah,
this is the first I'm hearing of that. That is fantastic.
Yes.
You know,
It was a very don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out moment.
yeah.
And
yeah. I
I
mean, I
feel like
mean,
we can legit notch a win for the wonderful people of Minnesota who
Mhm.
scared the hell out of a bunch of
but
fat white men with guns
you know
by
what? They did.
singing songs and playing drums and taking video.
Yes, I was
Mhm.
just gonna say it because they did it non-violently. They
Right,
did it at times. It was bizarre, right? They'd go down
right,
the street skateboarding in a squirrel outfit or something,
right,
but but it was non-violent, and they made it a month, and is now leaving.
right.
So
Well, and here's hoping that those people who had signed up quit out of embarrassment, and that they continue to struggle recruiting because
well, they're not.
and
I mean, they're not getting their 50 grand bonuses that they're promised.
wow. I mean, not
Uh,
surprising. Not
I mean, that
surprising that
hasn't been paid out at all.
the
So
administration is writing talking checks they're asking in cash.
no, and
Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, I was like, it's so silly down here. I mean, we're all like, yeah, of course they didn't pay you. Why would, why would you think that would happen?
You fucking
Uh,
idiots.
yeah, we're like, I know a couple people that I'm fairly certain have joined ICE.
Mm, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is definitely so I did skip over briefly in the first news item that the Switch that you sent me, Phil, has
Yeah.
been a very necessary self-regulation tool.
Well, I am so
It,
glad that it
it
is
showed
functioning
up
for me.
on Wednesday. I have
Uh-huh.
already played 20 hours and 19 minutes of
Cranking it.
baseball.
Cranking it. There you go. Did you ever figure out the stubs and packs?
Not the ones that you should have gotten for the version
Dang.
that you bought, but
Mm-hmm.
I like one of the things I was commenting to Kelly is they seem to have very much designed the game in such a way that you'll catch up faster
Oh,
when you
that's
start later.
interesting.
Because it's like, I mean, there's all sorts of challenges and stuff that like
Uh-huh.
hit 5 home runs
Right.
and move up in this program. Um, but like if it's the same thing in different programs, you get it in all of the programs that's a thing. So
Huh.
like all of the programs that will move forward if you hit home runs will move it forward with each home run you
Um,
hit.
there you go. There you go.
So for the first couple of days, I was just packing up stuff and packing up stuff on packing up stuff on packing up stuff. So
Nice.
I already have collected all of the base set of cards.
Cool.
So
Well, I'm glad that showed up when it was needed most.
uh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like if it had showed up at Christmas,
I'm sure
I would probably be at like 200 or 300 hours already.
the hyperfixation would have just started earlier.
Though I will say, and like it didn't even pop into my head until you said, "Oh, I didn't even think of the HDMI because I always
Hmm.
play it handheld."
Hmm.
Like the option to play handheld is a big deal in terms of having it
It's
be a self-regulation tool. I
oh,
took it
absolutely.
with me to the car dealership
Yep.
yesterday.
it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice when you can do that. When you're like, oh, I have to wait somewhere potentially for two,
I
three
mean,
hours.
normally that's where I read comics, but like
Sure.
when I am as brain dead as I've been this week, sometimes that's just like that's
Oh
not
yeah.
something I can do.
Yeah.
I didn't really start reading comics for this week until today.
Yikes, yeah. I unfortunately have had, well, honestly, a pretty good week for the most part. It has not been a comic full week.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, let us wrap up the February new to order. I mean, I guess we'll still be talking about them next week, but we're
So,
running out of things
so,
to talk about.
so there going to be like what, one more series next week?
I think
Oh,
so. Yeah.
two. We got
Yeah,
two.
Should we
yeah.
just do them right now?
No, because we've got next week to fill. So next week we'll
Oh,
have
okay,
two
okay.
series and two collections to talk about, and
Yeah.
we'll
Yep.
we'll we'll draw straws or something to figure out who gets to talk twice.
Sounds good.
Um,
Oh,
so anyway, new to order, initial orders are due on February 26th. Estuary, a ghost story from Tim Daniel and DB Andre Monhouse is the artist. Out of the bloodstained past of old California, a different kind of devil is rising with the tide. A chilling tale of secrets buried deep beneath the surf of the idyllic California coast. Atop a rocky cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean sits the mission at Arbues Point, a 400-year-old Spanish mission made infamous as one of California's oldest and most haunted historical sites. But beneath its crumbling tourist trap facade, a reclusive nun has spent decades within the mission's walls, honing her prayers and practice in pursuit of a secret long buried beneath the majesty of the chapel and under the dark waves of the tidal estuary below. When marine archaeologist Maris Cristobal accepts the nun's offer to begin excavating a fabled shipwreck, lying in wait beneath the mission's turbulent waters, she'll soon find that the sins of past and present are about to wash together in a harrowing surge of vengeance that can no longer be contained. Final order cutoff on this is March 16th, in stores April 8th from Oni Press.
Hey, Ted. Your audio in my ears sounds a little garbled. Does that sound weird to you too, Phil?
so your audio sounded garbled to me, but
Okay.
Yeah,
Tad's
me
was pretty
too.
clear. Yeah.
You're both sounding garbled to me right now.
And you're sounding garbled to us.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on.
Are you on Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Maybe disconnected and reconnected.
Okay.
All
Anyway,
right.
you guys go on while I do that.
All right. Next up, we have From Parts Unknown, #1 by Adriana Arijaneo and Daniel Caval and JP Jordan, from Pesto Comics. This is going to be brothers Bruno and Pietro are pro wrestling tag team drawn to a remote island where something is amiss. The locals don't take kindly to wrestlers, yet their stadium is packed with spectators from near and far to see muscle-bound heels and babyfaces toss one another around the squared circle. There's more than just glory on the line. It's a fight for their lives. It's going to be a final order cutoff of March 30th, in stores April 29th. Once again, that is Pesto Comics.
Tyler, you back?
Yep.
All
All
right,
right.
perfect.
Significantly less
Kilroy.
garbled.
Yeah, it's sounding much better. Kilroy is here, from Joe Pruitt, and art by Dale Bortolaic. Throughout history, Kilroy is a being of unknown origin power, has been cursed to wander the earth, avenging the innocent and protecting the weak. Always leaving his trademark signature, Kilroy was here to mark his presence. But what if his life has been a lie? The war to end all wars is imminent. Which side will he choose? From Eisner Award winner Joe Pruitt and legendary artist Dalibor Telejic. I'm not sure.
That'll
That was
do.
Uh,
it, I think.
Yeah, comes this hit tale of timeless horror. What would you do if you could decide the fate of the world? Final Order cutoff is March 9th and will be in stores April 1st.
All right. So, oh no, we have a couple more. That's
Yep.
right. No,
Me
no,
me
no, no
again.
graphic novels today.
Yep. It's me again, guys. All
That's
right. All right.
right.
Red Roots from Lorenzo De Felice. The lives of a professional killer and a high school teacher are bound by a terrifying, mysterious force. That's all
Oh,
you
so
get.
it's gross
That,
point blank.
that's all you get. Final Order cutoff is March 30th. Will be in shops April 22nd.
There is a really cool cat on the cover,
There's
though.
Yeah,
yes, and
it
he's
is.
nuzzling a weird skull, so
Right.
Yeah,
it could be cool. It looks
yeah.
interesting.
It looks weird.
Playing it close to the vest.
Yep. Royal.
All right. Yep. This is Royals #1 from Derek Kirk Kim and Jacob Perez. Miniseries premiere. Twin brothers Paul and Castor have crafted the perfect poker hustle using their uncanny telepathic connection. But they might have finally met their match when they risk it all against the leader of the bloody Cox? Yes, the Bloody Cox. Okay. The most ruthless criminal syndicate in Seoul. Eisner Award winner Derek Kirk Kim and rising star artist Jacob Perez invite you to the shadowy back alleys of Seoul, South Korea for a thrilling, mind-bending crime caper unlike any other, with a final order cutoff of March 9th and an in-store date of April 1st from Image Comics. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking it was Bloody Clocks, but I wanted that L to be there and it wasn't.
Strength and Ash. When young Ash's superhero father is savagely murdered, all that remains of him are comic books, action figures, and memories. A cruel world pushes Ash further into depression. He discovers that sometimes a father's love can reach from beyond the grave. This is written by Evan K. Pazios and with art from one of my favorite teams, Stefano Cartacelli and Francesca Perillo, who are also doing Where Does the Rainbow End? Um,
Yeah,
The
that
final
looks
order cutoff is March 9th and in stores on April 22nd.
Yeah,
We're done.
it gets that very familiar art style
Yeah,
that you see with the
yeah,
other series.
yeah.
I mean it looks and sounds fantastic, yeah.
We are done telling you about graphic novels for the month, but we'll move into some collections.
All right. Gunpowder Profits from Justin Jordan and art by Patrick Piazzalunga. Huck and Marley help people for money. Well, in theory, anyway. For some reason, their help always seems to involve massive amounts of property damage, a somehow guaranteed collision with the supernatural, and if Marley has his way, a huge body count. They are the gunpowder prophets, and a simple job rescuing a girl from a backwoods cult turns weird when the super groovy leader's supernatural powers turn out to be very, very real. It's 70s style horror mixed with grindhouse action in Gunpowder Prophets. Gonzo over the top action horror from Justin Jordan and Patrick Piazzalunga.
Yes,
Uh,
Lunga.
yeah, it's a tough
Could
one.
be Pizza Lunga.
Yeah, it
No,
could
because
be. Roman
there's an
Stevens.
A there.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. Anyhow, final order cutoff is March 16th and will be in shops April 8th.
It could
Looks
be
awesome.
Piazza Lunga. Yeah,
Oh,
Piazza
prop.
Lunga.
Piazza Lunga. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Patrick. We'll get it
Uh,
right someday.
the guy in the chair from Hannah Rose May, Utkarsh Ambatkar, Guillermo Sana, and Deirdre Kelly from Dark Horse Comics. In the blood-soaked world of assassins and spies, love has no place. Unfortunately for Abi, a tactical analyst at a private military company, love is all he can think about. Against the employer's strict policy, He's fallen head over heels for Merlin, the field operative whose missions he supports as her guy in the chair. When Merlin shows up at his apartment, bloody, beaten, and pleading for help, Abby is yanked from behind the safety of his computer screens, and now the two must prevent their former employer and a cabal of corporate overlords from hostile global takeover that threatens all of humanity. This was a fantastic series, and the final order cutoff is March 9th. It stores June 16th from Dark Horse Comics.
Right. And lastly, we have Red Book #1 from James Tynion IV and Michael Avon Oeming over at Dark Horse Comics. Um, that one is going to be a continuation of their, I believe it's a told as nonfiction tales of UFO abductions, this time in Russia. Hence, Red Book, as the first one was Blue Book in the tales of U.S. Alien strangeness. 9 students die tragically under mysterious circumstances known as the Dyatlov Pass incident in Russia. Meng Xiaoguo, a logger with the Red Flag Logging Commune, witnesses a glowing white object crash into the Phoenix Mountain near the Russian border. 4 children in the Russian city of Voronezh witness a red egg-shaped UFO descend and a group of seemingly extraterrestrial beings disembark. Flights are immediately diverted into and out of Zhoushan Airport in China as passengers and crew aboard multiple planes report flashes of otherworldly light from 4 unidentified objects. How are all the cover-ups by the Chinese and Russian governments over UFO sightings related? James Tynion and Michael Avon Oeming followed their acclaimed work on Blue Book with an all-new volume of true tales capturing the strange world of alien encounters, this time focusing on the uncanny extraterrestrial stories of Russia and China. That's going to have a final order cutoff date of March 9th, going to be in stores June 30th, once again from Dark Horse Comics.
Righty. Final order cutoff for the week. Final orders due on Monday, February 23rd. We have Batman Batwoman. Batwoman. I'm sorry. So sorry. Batwoman
Wow.
#1.
So much for gender equality. Holy
And
I know.
she was ready to kick through that glass ceiling and
I
she
know.
just lined it with
Wow.
steel
Way to
reinforcements.
just put your balls right in there. Yeah. Jesus.
Batwoman #1 from Greg Rucka and Danny from DC Comics in stores March 18th. Beat Everyone Up from Lan Pitts and Joe Hunter at Maverick Mad Cave in stores March 18th. Dead Teenagers #1 from Jude Ellison S. Doyle and Caitlin Yarsky at Oni Press in stores March 18th. Deathstroke, the Terminator #1 from Tony Fleeks and Carmine Di Giandomenico from DC Comics in stores March 18th. Gru, the Prophecy #1 from Sergio Aragonés and Mark Evanier, Dark Horse Comics in stores April 1st. Hide and Seek from Naono Yoshiko, Living the Line and Uncivilized in stores March 25th. The Last Voyage of Sinbad from Jan Sternand and Richard Corbett from Dark Horse in stores May 26th. Lobo #1 from Scotty Young and Jorge Corona at DC in stores March 18th. Ordained #0 from Robert Venditti and Trevor Hairsine. Bad idea, and I completely neglected to put what day it's in stores. Our Little Wild Time. What?
I said that was a bad idea.
I know. Our Little Wild Time from Fred Noland and Fantagraphics Underground in stores April 22nd. Rafael Garcia Henchman #1 from Peter Marietta, David Schrader, and Ben Herrera at Titan in stores on March 18th. And Space Relic Hunters from Ludovic Grun Dubois at Oni Press in stores on March 18th. Some crowdfunding. We have Sink Your Teeth In #1 from Zoe Tunnel, Lauren Knight, JP Jordan, Jody Troutman, and at Deathline Comics on Kickstarter through February 19th. 100 FAQ on making comics from Shelley and Philip Bond. Check out my conversation with them. from Off Register Press on Kickstarter through February 22nd. And Slay slash The Girlfriend Survives, a double first issue flip book from Jeremy Whitley, Alex Smith, and Luke Nakashoshi, on Zoop through March 5th. And probably by the time this episode goes up for you to listen to, you will also have an episode to listen with me discussing this book with Jeremy Whitley. Humble bundles. We have the massive verse from Image Comics, $18 for 24 books to support the Book Industry Charitable Foundation. This is through March 3rd. The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077 collection from Dark Horse. $16 for 28 books. This is for Special Effects, which is a UK charity to help disabled people enjoy video games. That's available through March 4th. And then the NBM 50th Anniversary Collection, $18 for 40 graphic novels to support the Starlight Children's Foundation, which delivers happiness to seriously ill children and their families, has been extended and is now available through March 5th. Yeah. And I decided not to change the order of my amazing books, mostly because I moved them there before I had finished reading things. And it was in some ways just a goal to manage to read the books that I was calling amazing. I did manage to read them. I even read a few more that made me debate changing the order or swapping something out. But I'm not going to, even though Barbarian Behind Bars #1 was really, really good. Tyler, did you read that?
I haven't yet, no, but I have it.
Okay.
Yes, it looks awesome.
Yeah. Die Loaded #4 was also awesome. So was Free Planet #9. But Bleeding Hearts #1 from Dennis Camp and Stipian Morian
Agreed. Yeah.
definitely stole the show this week. Though it was tough. I almost switched the order here. John le Carre's The Circus, Losing Control #2 from Matt Kint and Ibrahim Mustafa. They continue to just absolutely capture the le Carre tension
I agree.
in an impressive way.
Yeah.
And the aforementioned Where Does the Rainbow End #2 from Francesca Perillo and Stefano Cardicelli. I just love their work.
Again, that art style is so like here. I was gonna show you guys.
I love both the art style and like such human stories involving robots.
Yeah, agreed. It just like what was that Pixar movie that
Wall-E.
Wall-E? Yeah.
Oh, only
Wall-E.
like I think the one thing that Wall-E always kind of annoyed me that they capture. It's like Wall-E's in a junkyard, but it still felt too clean. Whereas these are like grody, beat up old robots.
Yeah, yep, they do feel a little
They
bit.
show that wear and tear.
Yep. I guess I always thought Wall-E looked pretty beat up, but
Yeah, some, but Pixar doesn't know how to not be
whoa, we just
relatively
lost
clean with
Phil.
the lines. And did we just lose Phil right before he was supposed to take a walk?
Yeah, yeah.
What the hell,
Anyway,
man?
I
Maybe
don't
we should
know.
pause for a second. We're
I don't
gonna
know. We'll bring this
we're gonna
episode to a halt for a
we're gonna
sec.
pause the record. All right, now that we've fixed the technical difficulties, Phil, you want to take a walk?
Oh yeah, yeah. My internet did a an old nobody impression there. So yeah, thanks for laughing harder the second time, Tyler. That's real teamwork there.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, he was prepared and he was being a
he
good
was.
actor.
He is.
I didn't laugh any harder, which gives away the game.
But it
Yeah.
does confirm your honesty as a host.
It does confirm your
Yeah,
honesty.
this is where I regret to inform our audience that I have not had a chance to get to the comic book store this week. I was away on vacation with my dear wife, Catherine, celebrating the 7 years of being together. The 12th was the 7 year anniversary of our first date, and Valentine's Day is the 7 year anniversary of our second date. So,
That's
um,
awesome.
yeah.
If I had a canned clap track, I put it on right there.
Oh,
Oh,
Now, but
Very
here's my question.
hmm
When did you leave?
When did I leave? I left on Wednesday.
At what time?
at,
We
at
got to
what
the
time?
airport. Yeah, I was gonna say we got to the airport at like 11, I
Okay,
want to say.
shops
Okay.
opened at
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I was about to say, what time
Uh,
does your shop open?
I want to
Yeah,
say either 11 or noon. No, probably 10 or 11. I gotta say. So I
Okay.
could have,
we're
if I was
Okay.
really on top of my
And
game.
for that matter, where did you go?
I went to Denver because,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
really bad that you
hello.
said Denver of
There
all
yeah,
is
the
a
places to
shop.
say.
I
Yes.
know. Well, here's the thing. So first of all, it's because they
Like
pulled books.
literally the largest comic shop in the world
I
is
know,
in Denver.
and I didn't get a chance to go. I did, however, see a lovely art exhibit by Andrea Carlson, whose artwork was heavily reliant on sequentializing, art to create an atmosphere. So it really impacted with me, and landed not technically a comic, but as close as you get to a comic hanging on the wall of a museum, because they don't usually do that there.
Man, they do sometimes, and
I know.
actually,
The
I
cool
now
ones
need to
do.
check something.
Yeah, and this is where if it was a non anniversary themed visit, there might have been time for a comic shop, but unfortunately we didn't. I knew there were going to be good ones in Denver, but we didn't go. We didn't go to any.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I just recently
Oh,
saw a poster for it. It was just the poster release, not
oh,
the it happened this weekend release
that would
because
have been extra embarrassing.
uh,
Yeah.
our regular on the podcast, one of the members of the comic strip book club, Carl Krumholtz, is not only a Denver cartoonist, but one of the organizers of DCAF, the Denver Comic and Arts Festival.
Best decaf there
Um,
is.
and as it turns out, that's May 9th of
Nice.
2026. Um,
Well, that's exciting to know that there
but
is a Denver comics fest like that seems
but
local focused.
since I think this poster that you guys are seeing right now, he
Uh-huh.
put up on his Instagram for the first time this week, and I think I rather than registering, oh, they're showing off the new poster, I went,
Mhm.
oh, decaf is this weekend. Awesome. So if it had in fact been this
If only,
weekend and you had not only not gone to a comic
right?
shop, but had not
Goodness,
gone to decaf, we
I
might
know.
have had to fire you.
It would have been bad. I'm glad I scraped by the skin of my teeth.
Wait a minute.
You
Phil, are you
know,
getting paid?
it. I'm getting paid in friendship with Ted.
In friendship.
I mean, Tyler, we established earlier in the episode that sometimes being involved in the world of comics pays in really unusual and amazing
It
ways.
it pays in the joy in our hearts that we experience
It
for
paid in me
doing.
managing to get two cars
Right?
fast at a
Right?
Yeah.
reasonable
It pays.
price.
It pays in staying alive, and that's what we need.
Yeah. This labor of love. Finally, there's a success story. And Ted, your car purchases are awesome.
So, I mean, be careful. I mean, just because he doesn't get monetary, for that matter, I think you're still the one getting paid for this podcast. I don't think we ever changed over the. So
Should
my
we
mom
should
and brother
He was
sent money to you all
real
the
oh
interested in that
Patreon.
funny.
silent contributor role.
Oh, hey, let's I have not touched or looked
I'm
into it
sure. I'm sure.
since I have stepped away from doing stuff. We'll go
Okay.
into the account and look at it.
Don't
I
worry
haven't
about it,
moved
right?
Just
I
to,
haven't
and
moved anything anywhere, so
and
it's just sitting
I
there.
an appropriate vacation depending on how far you can get with what's there.
An appropriate vacation, an afternoon at the movies, but
Right.
they have to bring their own popcorn.
I have no
Right.
idea. I mean, I will check. They'll be funny while we're talking here. I'm gonna load it up here.
If you
So,
could
I
if you
I
could
didn't even
get
think of
if you could get even a bus ticket, I want to know how far you can go.
All right. Let
There
me give
really
me a
aren't
second.
buses in that part of Minnesota or
No,
South Dakota.
Yikes!
no.
Yikes!
I
I
would
mean, do
have
you
to
think public
drive.
transportation is bad in the Chicago
Right?
suburbs?
Oh,
Yeah, there's no
Uh,
public transportation here.
no.
We have horses, carriages once in a while.
yeah, so
You can hitch a
One
ride on a
Piece
tractor.
week number 80, we think. Maybe. We've kind of lost track.
I thought it was like
I read
86
so much One Piece this week.
You lie.
Uh
Are there
uh
are there any invisible characters in One Piece?
yes. I think
Oh,
that there are
but
lots of One Piece behind my eyelids. I just don't remember any of
Oh
it. No,
yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
becalmed at 626 chapters.
Yeah, and I unfortunately did not. I do have I haven't even gotten Tower Dungeon Volume 4 at the library yet.
Yeah,
It's still
yeah.
with somebody else who reserved it first. But
Oh.
I surely have read some manga featuring an invisible character at some point, but can't quite remember which one.
All right.
Which is why are we
Uh,
talking about invisibility so much today, guys?
because our great responsibility, and ironically, this was literally the first great responsibility that Tyler suggested way back 223 episodes ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
this is the book that got me
and
into Jeff Lemire. So
and
Oh.
I nixed it because it was out of print. And I'm like,
Mm.
we should be careful about how much we talk about that people can't buy right away.
That's a good
yeah, you
point.
did. Yep, that is. Yep.
Yeah, since then, and the fact that we've spread out into so many different things, that rules become softer. Um, but
And
it's still something that I keep towards. I
it's
mean,
understandable.
obviously, like when we're talking about old issues of heavy metal, they're not incredibly easy to go out and grab.
Sure.
Um,
But that's why it's a book club. You can get into the obscurities down there, you know. That's like
Mhm.
that's this reminds me the one comic book class I took in college. I remember taking the reading list to the local comic store, and he looked at it and was like, "Yeah, man, I can get you a copy of Blankets, and that's about it. Everything else is out of print, you know, or Watchmen." But I was like, "I have a copy of
Yep.
Watchmen. I have a copy of Dark Knight Returns, you know."
right.
Oh, and he got me a copy of Mouse, but you know,
Okay.
the big one that I bought from the textbook store and did not return was Linda Berry's I think it's 100 Demons or 1000 Demons. It's really good, but it is also
It's
very out of
great,
print. Yeah, it's fantastic. I you know so but that's not what we're talking about this week. We're talking about Jeff Lemire's The Nobody,
which
which
just came back into print literally this
which
last week.
I swear I thought that there was I saw he got a printing out at Image while he was doing a lot of stuff there, but I guess I'm absolutely mistaken about that. Um,
I don't know.
yeah, I do know that this is also his very first graphic novel.
Yeah.
I thought
Yep.
Lost Dogs was before this.
I
I
thought it
think
was
so.
this one. I thought it was the Nobody.
I think so. I guess I haven't read Lost Dogs, so that's probably why I didn't think of that one. I didn't even until you mentioned it there. Um, But yeah, it's I guess kind of just a little bit ironic that, you know, his first hit book is called The Nobody, and now Jeff Lemire is one of those comics guys that is absolutely everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Turns into you know, one of the most prolific writers in comics today. I mean, it's also fascinating to me how strongly he started with the themes and character archetypes that have kind of stuck with him in a lot of his work going on, you know, with the small town focus, the mix of depressed adults and curious children, and even honestly, some of the face shapes are very familiar. Uh, but um, but yeah, it's really interesting um, seeing how I guess even in revisiting this, how strongly his storytelling impulses were, you
Oh
know.
yeah. It's done
Um,
through the art, right? Because
yeah,
I mean, so much of this story is the actual written words are very sparse.
Hmm.
and it's the artwork in this with the blue coloring and everything like that really lends itself to putting you into that headspace of this dreary small town,
Hmm.
and then I mean, here's a whole double page spread of no words that
Yep.
just there's so much emotion and so much story, and there's so much pacing done with the way that he did this book.
Hmm. And I feel like, and that's the thing is that he's, I mean, I haven't kept up with his stuff as much lately. Um,
Hmm.
and that is not through any ill will or begrudging. Like I've read a couple of his series with other artists here and there. Um, but what happened was that as I started narrowing my focus in comics and like my pull lists, I had to, on various budgets try to cut them down. He
Yeah.
turned into someone who I couldn't keep up with. Like
Gentleman.
I have a weird like completionist side where I'm like, okay, if I am a fan of somebody, I want to read everything they do under all circumstances, even if it's something I'm not normally interested in, even if it just for sake of, okay, I like this person, and he went too far, too fast, too hard.
Uh, I like reading. I will read his stuff if it's not like mainstream. Like
Mm,
I haven't read any of his Absolute Flash or
okay.
anything like that. I didn't really read his Animal Man back in the New 52.
See, I did read his
Uh,
Animal Man, so it was. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but go on.
no, I just like his creator own stuff so
Hmm.
much. Good night, honey.
Yeah, yeah, he is. Which I mean, like, I think the two turning points for me were like, Black Hammer. So when we
Yep,
do eventually revisit that, I'm actually planning to just jump in where you guys are, to see
great.
what I can pick up. And then uh Descender. Descender just felt like Sweet Tooth in space a little bit. And it was one of those things where I was like, okay, it didn't feel different enough, even though I love Dustin Nguyen's art. So it's one of those I have to go back to, especially since knowing that they did the follow-up book Ascender, that sounded really interesting to me. So,
Uh-huh.
he's somebody who just reading this book,
Yeah.
would not have necessarily thought like how deep and wide and wild his various stories would go, you know, especially from such humble beginnings as a small town
Yeah.
and invisible
Yeah.
man.
Yep. And then Essex County stuff,
Hmm.
sure, around that same time, uh, was also really great. But then he didn't really go weird until Sweet Tooth. And then with Sweet Tooth, everything started getting really big really fast
Hmm.
as far as people wanting him in different series. Like I said, shortly after that, it was Animal Man, and
Hmm.
then yeah, Jeff Lemire was
Justice
up.
League Dark. He was
Yep.
part
Yep,
of the
yep.
Valiant reboot.
I think was he the first writer on Frankenstein and then Matt Kent took over? Is
I
that what
think
happened?
so.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, he did the Valiant universe. He did X-Men for a
Yeah.
while.
Yep.
Um, did from Justice League Dark to Justice League Canada. Um, I don't know if you guys
Awesome.
remember that book.
I
I
don't, but
don't.
that's awesome.
Well, I think it was called like uh it wasn't called Justice League Canada, but that was a joke because, he was writing it and there was like two Canadian characters on the team, something like
Gotcha.
that.
Hmm.
But Animal Man was there and I think Adam Strange I don't know why I'm thinking Adam Strange was there. It just feels very
Totally
odd.
Canadian.
Right? Yeah. Thanagar's Space is Canada. Um,
Yeah. Well, I like the Nobody because to me, this is before he really refined his art style of the way he drew people.
yeah.
Because now he draws Jeff Lemire to look like Jeff Lemire. Back then, he was just drawing the way he draws. And there is a difference in what he's doing now, looks like he's aping himself, kind of.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how to
I
explain
think
it,
he
but
was still refining his style. I don't feel like he's aping himself now. I think he settled into something he's comfortable with. but it took him a
Yeah,
while.
Yeah, and
yeah,
so on,
but oh, go ahead.
I kind of get what Tyler's saying because like it's so first of all, I think Jeff Lemire was also one of the first what I guess I would call it just ugly art artists in comics,
Oh
where
God, no.
well, hold on. What I mean by that, what I mean by that is just that it's not it's so far
Or
away
or
from what
or
you
are
would
you
typically.
talking Wednesday comics? Because I mean that was a whole thing in underground comics in like the 60s and 70s.
I'm just talking about my own personal exposure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, no, no. I know ugly art and ugly art in comics have been historically, they've been around. They've been a thing. I just mean that for me, he was the first artist that wasn't like, a typical
Pretty.
superhero
That wasn't
artist.
that wasn't pretty,
Yes,
and
that
it
wasn't,
wasn't polished and
yes,
refined, and
it's
yeah,
rough, it is
it's
minimalist.
sketchy. Yep,
Yes, it
it's
is
watercolor
focused.
half the time.
Yeah, it's focused on the ambiance and the mood more so than the actual drawing skills.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah. And so I think I kind of know what Tyler's getting at because like I forget the dad of Lizzie, the shape of his nose. I
Yep.
feel like that
It's
nose shape has been reused in other series that
Oh,
Lemire has drawn.
absolutely.
yeah,
No, no,
And
it's
no.
to show the
I mean,
big
yeah,
flat nose. Yep.
I wouldn't necessarily call it like aping himself now.
yeah, no. I was meaning to rephrase Tyler in a manner that implies less intent and
Yes.
particularly less negative intent.
Sure, sure, sure.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
mean it
yeah.
negatively. I just meant it
No, 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 no. I
in
know that
that.
you didn't, but I know how it can sometimes come off. Oh,
Yeah.
he's just trying to look like his other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think
I mean,
No, I didn't
it,
mean it so much
particularly.
that, but
I
yeah,
again, I know you didn't mean it that way.
yeah.
That's the only reason I rephrased it was that like
Mhm.
you and I grew up in the era of like people calling bands posers if they either
yeah.
made money or sounded like their last album.
Mm,
Yes, I'm just saying, but for our listeners, what I'm trying to say is that there's a pressure that artists have to live up to look like themselves.
mhm.
Mike Vignola, for example, has to look like Mike Vignola all the time, you know.
Well, he did until he didn't, that's the thing with him drawing Hellboy for so long until Duncan Fegredo took over with the Wild Hunt and the Storm and the Fury. And then when Mignola started drawing again, that's where like, okay, now his like super rough minimalistic style emerged. But like that's one of the other things that's fascinating about like the emergence of an artist's style and how it evolves over time is
Yeah.
one of the phrases that sticks with me is, style is what's left when you get out of your own way. So
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
he even in the very first Hellboy when he was drawing with John Byrne writing, like you could
Uh-huh.
tell he was trying to fit in to the 90s artists of the time and leaves Hellboy very quickly.
It was
But
stiff. Yeah, it was stiff.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you look at Next Men, where he was originally
Hmm.
drawn in Next Men, it looks stiff for
Hmm.
Hellboy.
And so it's once he starts writing for himself, he starts loosening up. And then when he took that break to write for other artists and came back to it, he had a much rougher style. And I I haven't continuously read. I think the last new Jeff Lemire book, I read Underwater Welder. Oh, I read Royal City when that was coming out. So I
Royal
don't
Well, that
think
was
it,
a while ago.
yeah, so that I think that was the last new one that he drew himself that I read while it was
Okay,
new anyway. Um,
so
yeah.
currently he's doing a tarot book.
Hmm.
Minor
Gosh darn
Arcana
it,
is amazing.
Minor Arcana, yes.
Hmm.
And it's this great story where this, woman's trying to figure out her life, and she helping her mom run a tarot reading place,
Hmm.
and she goes into this thinking that it's going to be a sham, but she ends up having her own visions and whatnot, and trying to find
Hmm.
it's great. Uh,
That sounds good. It sounds really good.
yeah,
Again,
I
one
think the first two trades are available already.
I
yeah.
will have to
I,
turn
I just
to the
read
old
issue
Google there.
13, so
Okay.
yeah.
Was it death themed?
Was it death themed? The issue 13?
Uh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember if it was death. Probably. They
It just
probably pulled the death card in there. They
right.
usually do something fun like that. But yeah, that's another one that he did that I really love. But Jeff Lemire's writing goes really well with Andrea Sorrentino's artwork. When
Mhm.
It
when
does
they did
too.
that Black Barn series, I can't remember. Was it called Black Barn?
No, it was
I don't know.
Oh, no, 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 no. Because I read that
Anyway,
one.
that was
Gideon
great.
Falls. Gideon
Gideon
Falls.
yeah.
Falls. Yes,
Yes.
that was so good, right?
That's
Because the
pretty
way
good,
I
yeah.
like
Jeff,
their Bone Orchard mythos as well.
I
yeah,
would
Bone
check that
Orchard
out.
Mythos. Yeah,
Sorrentino's
the
a good guy.
yeah, the way that he does his horror artwork combined with Lemire's style of writing really
Hmm.
worked, and it reminded me a little bit of Jeff's own artwork, but yet it was a different style,
Have
obviously,
have either of you read Sorrentino and Lemire? The first thing they did together was Green Arrow, and I haven't
Yeah, I read
actually
that.
read that yet.
I
I
read
Is
that.
haven't,
is it
no.
as good as I would expect it to be?
Um, I I think it's a little rougher than Gideon Falls, just because they're still, their Sorrentino's style was still developing at the time. Like I think Green Arrow is where people recognized how good he could be. So I think it's worth reading. It's an interesting artifact, but like that was also in the New 52, so I feel bad recommending any New 52 book because of the continuity just being such a fucking mess.
I know, but there was
No,
some good
Yeah,
but they
stuff
were
in the New
so
there
52.
good.
was, there was, and it wasn't all
There
bad.
was some really good stuff. I mean, it
I was
for
there, I was buying it.
a lot of people who aren't continuity hounds
Uh-huh.
or like adore that stuff.
I
Right.
loved it. I
Well,
liked it.
Um,
it's so it's weird because there's a there's a strange tension at that point where like Green Arrow, the character, they were trying to make it like the show, but not too much like the show, you know? Like there was sort of those because that was around the time when Arrow was starting to get really popular, is when they were doing
right.
it. And so like it's one of those things that you know, from what I remember reading it now, I think it'd be one of those things that'd be good and interesting, but not necessarily great and mind-blowing, especially in comparison to Gideon Falls, which has some truly incredible sequences. And like, even if the story I felt like had ups and downs, there are parts of it that I'm like, holy shit, this is really great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I again interested in them continuing to work together. Bone Orchard Mythos. But yeah, I think similar thing because I read they also worked together on an Old Man Logan in the MCU book, I'm pretty sure. And I
They
read a few
did.
issues of that, and it was like
Yeah.
similar. It was like, okay, this is cool, but I don't remember anything really sticking with me in the same way
Yeah.
that the indie work does.
No, exactly. That's exactly what I was kind of getting at with I love his indie work, but I don't really pay attention to his big two stuff.
Mhm.
But
Seems
anyway,
about
so
right. I have
do
so many
you
people that's how I look at their
Yeah,
stuff.
it starts getting more and more that I'm like, yeah, it's just hard.
I don't know. I kind of with Donnie Cates when he was on the rise, I
Mhm.
remember he's being in reading some of his like series like Baby Tooth or Baby Teeth, something like
Mhm.
that. Reading that, and then he got his big break on Venom with the Null storyline and all that.
Yep.
um I was reading anything by Donny Cates, and then I'm like, I gotta quit reading this Marvel stuff because it was so much, and it was like,
Yeah.
it was Marvelized. It wasn't Donny Cates
Hmm.
anymore.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where I mean, I hit the point a few years ago where the writers I enjoy, I am always going to prefer them following their own impulses over, them mining IP. And
Hmm.
with Marvel and DC specifically, I feel like anytime they have a hit book, they can't leave it alone. They have to like eventize it and franchise it and give it spin-offs. And like now Venom is supporting like I'm pretty sure they still have a Carnage series, right? You
I
know,
think
Uh-huh.
he's
so. We're
and
about to have a Web of Venom series.
yeah, yeah, you know,
There's a
he's
Null series.
yeah, there
Mhm.
it's one of those where it's like I know that they've had a bunch of Venom miniseries for a long time, you know, in the same way that there's constantly Deadpool miniseries, but like now he's supporting multiple ongoing books. And I mean, quite frankly, the
I don't actually know how many of those are ongoing versus
yeah, that's true.
miniseries because I don't.
Right.
And for that matter, how many books not named Spider-Man have gotten more than 9 or 10 issues at Marvel lately?
Yeah, I don't keep track, but it's not
Um,
a lot. It's
No.
fewer and fewer all the time. So yeah, so I guess it's just, you know, um Jeff Lemire is 100% inspiring in terms of a guy who took his vast creative output and was able to, you know, get his own stuff out there and
The
not,
the go ahead.
oh, I was going to say and not completely rely on like I don't know when the last time, well, I was going to say I don't know when the last time he did a Marvel or DC book is, but he's doing it right now, as you mentioned,
Right. He's doing two because
Absolute
he's got
Flash
JSA
and
too.
oh yeah, JSA, that's right.
Yeah. I feel like he's
That'll
got
kick
something else
around
coming. I think only
probably.
at DC right now. Um, but then there are the occasional counterexample because I don't know anything that Jed MacKay has
Hmm.
done that's not Marvel. And I fell way behind on reading everything by Jed MacKay when he
Hmm.
blew up and was suddenly writing everything.
Hmm.
But
Yep.
like when he was the nobody that just got like fill-in type assignments,
Yeah.
like Charles Soule finished up his run on Daredevil a few months before Zdarsky was ready for his run. So
Hmm.
McKay did a 5 issue series in between, and it was amazing.
Oh, okay.
He did a couple, I think he did like a Misty Knight direct to digital. That was
Huh.
amazing. Like, I get why he blew up, but when he blew up, it's like, oh, I can't follow all of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to be reading
Yeah.
half of Marvel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's one
I
of
know what you
those.
mean about Jed McKay. I only read his
Yeah.
X-Men stuff because
yeah.
That's funny.
I've read about half of his Moon Knight, and I need to read the rest of it because it's amazing. But
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
I
it's
just
okay.
like again like there are so many books to read.
Hmm. Hmm. And especially once someone becomes like the head of a franchise, you
Right.
know, then it's like, okay, this is it's hard to keep up with your output, you know.
Right.
And yeah, and that's one of those things where I mean I don't even know I can't off the top of my head name a Jed MacKay indie series and hope
I
that
don't think there is one.
and
no,
I hope that
no.
I
one
think he was
comes eventually.
teaching high school when he got tabbed for the Daredevil. I think he knows somebody that knew he wrote and they needed
Um,
something. Is
hmm,
it was what I feel like I remember the story being at the time.
interesting.
Um and like yeah, now he's been doing everything and everything Marvel for quite a
Jed Marvel
while.
McKay, yeah, that is for
Right.
sure. Yeah, because he took over Avengers after Jason Aaron did,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
And then honestly, once you're writing Avengers and anything else continuously, it's like, oh shit, okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To do Avengers and X-Men, it's so funny. I keep mentally thinking that Marvel is baiting AVX2. Um, you know, I don't know. I've
They
had that
might
thought in the
be.
back of my head. Well,
They might be.
I thought that's where Krakoa was leading to. I thought that Krakoa
Oh,
was
you
gonna
did.
I thought it was gonna end in AVX2. So I was way
Oh,
off base. Yeah. Well, because once they had the Illuminati guest star in like one issue, I
yep.
was like, ooh, something, and then nope, and then that all blew up.
They
I think,
might have.
yeah.
They might have. Instead, they just decided to burn it all to the ground
Yep.
and instead just go, oh, okay, I guess we'll just pick up so much time later. You know,
Back to the 90s.
just,
Yep.
you
Pretty
know,
much.
yeah,
Pretty much.
just erase, erase.
Yeah.
I mean, originally though, it when they started the Krakoa stuff, um, oh, who was that? That was the big writer for it.
Hickman.
Hickman.
Hickman was the
Hickman,
first big guy,
right?
yeah.
He said it was it's planned out for 5 years. And you know what? When that 5 years was up, they canceled. I mean, they just crashed it all.
Well, it's funny because yeah,
Which hopefully means that they did his plan and
I
then
don't
I
just
don't
moved
know.
on from it.
I don't know.
But
It was weird because it
yeah,
did not have a nice transition to the next era of what's
No.
right.
happening now. It was just a Krakoa was, basically infiltrated, and the mutants either were, taken over or fled, and yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
one of these days I'm gonna do a full Krakoa read through. If I just can have like a
I
couple
want to
months.
too, so maybe we'll plan it for the summer or something.
Oh, there you go.
That is a book club that I want to be involved in as well. I think it'll be great, so I can get a
All right.
reread, I can get a reread and get fresh perspective.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And of course, when I say full, I mean like doing the original, like if possible. I don't know if my
Well,
public
they
library
actually
kept up with.
released it in volumes that
In
did
reading
it
order.
Yes,
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 right.
they
they did
did.
that. I mean, I don't know if they kept it all the way through, but I know that they
They did.
I
started.
think so.
Okay,
I
They
think so.
okay.
did.
I and that's what I say. I don't know if my public library kept up with that all the way through, but
But
I hope so.
I mean, good news for me, because
Interlibrary
I'm a real
loan.
fan,
Yes,
I can
yes.
read it in issues because I am a real fan.
Okay. Well, good for
Uh-huh.
you.
A
So,
real fan.
so you library waiters know.
Right, library waiters.
I will be
Oh,
the first to say no, I am not a real X-Men fan.
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Okay.
No, Ted,
I am
you
continuing to
and
be in
I,
denial of the realness of my X-Men fandom.
oh man, Ted and I were starting this podcast when I was in the midst of the Krakoa and stuff,
Uh-huh.
And I was like, do you read
and
anything but X-Men?
it was taking my life over,
Yeah.
and I'm ready to go back into it. Thanks, Phil.
You're ready to get hurt again.
Well, actually, you should be able to just order all the collections for us, Tyler. Just send them out to
If you
Phil.
would like them, I can do that. You guys want a Christmas gift
You were
early?
I was,
you were talking about paying Phil. This is how you can do it.
huh? What?
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. I need compensation, something like that.
Yeah, I'll see what I can get. I'll see what
I will.
editions are out there.
While we're talking monetary, if that was a an absolute Jack Kirby demon and no one buys it by Christmas, I will absolutely pick that up for myself for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like I'm sticking you to that, and I'm like I'll be happy with it.
Funny. Yeah, it is. I'll take pictures pretty soon of what I have. All right.
Oh, I feel like
So
that's the end of our great
we're just like
responsibility.
done. We're just like,
We
Yeah.
we
done.
we
Yeah.
ping
We,
ponged so hard out of Jeff Lemire, like we did it with the speed at which Jeff Lemire writes.
Yep. And then we were just
yeah.
like, and that's it. We're done.
So let's talk books that we hope will be spectacular.
Yeah.
First, I will say I read an advanced reader of Death Fight Forever, #1 from Andrew MacLean and Alexis Zirrit. And
Oh.
I don't know if you can tell from the title, but it's not like high literature, but it's fantastic fight pulp.
From the guy who brought you Headlopper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, but the three books I'm looking forward to most next week are End of Life #1 from Kyle Starks and Steve Pugh. Tyler is showing his Tin Can Society collection. I read it in single issues, so I can confirm that it's good.
Real fan
Yeah.
confirmed.
Powers 25 #6 from Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming. I am super looking forward to. And the first time that I'm reading an American Caper issue when it comes out. So in some ways I've been waiting for this American Caper for like 4 months now.
Because it's so
American
good, and you're just
Caper
not reading it on
#4.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
From Dan Hauser, Laszlo, and David Lapham at Dark Horse. Those are the three that I am most looking forward to in a really good week. We got some Carmen Redclaw, we got some Daredevil Punisher, we got the conclusion Death to Pachuco, the conclusion of Good is Dead. We've got Jeff meets Daredevil.
Yep. I got that right here.
Yeah.
And a previously
We got
mentioned
Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre
Yep.
#1.
That looks good. That
It
looks.
does. The
I'm keeping that for
Muppets
myself.
Noir #1.
That looks really good.
the
I'm keeping
yeah.
that.
previously mentioned minor Arcana number 14, the
Yep.
the Temperance issue.
Yeah. So some good stuff this week. Phil, what's
Oh,
your
yeah.
trade waiter book?
My trade waiter book is a book that's been on my radar for a little while now, but have not gotten around to reading yet. It is The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. This is volume 3. It's going to be out next week.
It's good.
I've heard good things.
I have read it in single issues. It's
Yeah.
really good stuff. I like it.
Real fan confirmed once again. There we go. But yeah,
I'm a
I should
real
give it a
fan.
shot.
I read it in issues. I'm a real fan. I've read it in issues.
I don't know, Tyler. I don't know. We're not handing out these
You
real
only
fan stamps
claimed
that easy.
real fandom for X-Men.
You guys. I'm not. Oh,
Well, see, that gives me an idea.
My street cred is in question here.
That's right.
Your non-X-Men based street cred.
Nah, I'm like, I am too a fan, you guys.
Street
I am
cred?
too.
What street cred?
It's shelf cred. Box
Shelf
cred.
cred. What's up, player? I'm
Oh,
afraid you.
I am. I'm very afraid of where we're going right now.
We're all tired.
I'm so tired.
No, but Christopher Chaos is actually really good.
All right.
I really enjoyed it as it came out.
I can actually confirm that he has read some of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah,
This is
good choice.
This is where I'll say that when I was almost too tired to record, I referred to Tad and Tyler as the world's finest. Tad being Batman and Tyler being Superman, because of course
Yeah.
I am Robin.
Well, I don't know about.
I don't know.
Superman.
I mean,
would look
see-
terrible in red and blue.
And Robin is my favorite of those three.
So wait. But that's the thing. Well, okay. So if you're Robin, that means you're Damian Robin, and I have to be Dick Grayson Batman because I can't be Bruce Wayne. That's just too much. It's too much
Okay.
responsibility.
No, I think you're
I'll be-
Aquaman.
No, I'm
Oof,
Azrael.
oof. Just a knife in the heart. Oh.
Aquaman.
I could have lived with Azrael, but Aquaman?
All right, we're gonna go.
You don't
guys.
want to be Jason Momoa?
Oh, true. That Aquaman. Oh, hello.
Have you told your wife that you don't want to be Jason Momoa?
My wife doesn't wife like that.
My wife doesn't wife like that. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign us off here so that we can all move on with our evenings. Hey, it's been fun. What number is this, Ted?
223.
Well, I thought
223.
I thought we were coming from the future, and this was 2,223.
No, I fixed that already, dude.
All right,
You're way behind.
Glad that time warp.
You're
is,
way
resolved.
behind, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
Way behind.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys after the next page. See ya.
And now, the next page, brought to you by
The Nexus Vault, your new home for comics, cards, and collectibles in Southwest Minnesota. Located at 109 East Main Street in Laverne, the Nexus Vault is where longtime fans and new readers alike can dive into comics, trading cards, toys, and all things geek culture. Whether you're chasing key issues, building a deck, or just looking for a place that gets fandom, the Nexus Vault has you covered. You can reach the shop at 507-858-8914. You can email us at the Nexus Vault Laverne. That's the Nexus Vault, LUVERNE @gmail.com. Or you can check us out online at thenexusvault.com.
and also Modern Age Comics, 2214 East Algonquin Road, Algonquin, Illinois, 60102. The new shop of Psycho Comicology. Come and pick up your comics, pick up your geek stuff. Just talk comics. I might be there. Who knows? Reach the store at 847-409-6295 or check out modernagereader.com. There we go. And now the next page. New to order this month. Initial orders will be due on February 26th. Starting with new comic
First up
series.
is-
Take it away, Phil.
Action 50th Anniversary Special by Garth Ennis, Steve White, Rob Williams, Patrick Goddard, John Higgins, Staz Johnson, Mike Dory from Rebellion. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores May 13th.
Bizarro Year None #1 from Kevin Smith, Eric Carrasco, Nick Pitara at DC. Final order cutoff is March 9th, in stores April 1st.
Brownfield Action Family #1 by Ted May, Revival House Uncivilized. Final order cutoff March 23rd, in stores April 22nd.
Alexit, Say Goodbye to Hollywood #1, Matteo Pizzolo, C. Granda at Black Mask. Final order cutoff is March 30th, in stores April 29th.
Corpse Night #1 by Michael Chaves, Matthew Roberts, Rico Renzi at Image. Final order cutoff March 23rd, in stores April 22nd.
Did you hear about Mimi Green? #1 from Connor Goldsmith, Josh Cornelian at Dark Horse Comics. Final order cutoff is April 20th, in stores on May 27th.
Estuary, A Ghost Story #1 by Tim Daniel and D.B. Andry, Man House, Oni Press. Final order cutoff March 16th, in stores April 8th.
Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief #1 from Tim Seeley and Aaron Campbell at Ignition Press. Final order cutoff is March 2nd, in stores on April 8th.
Extraction Beginnings #1 by Andy Parks, Ronan Cliquette at Ignition Press. Final order cutoff February 23rd, in stores April 1st.
From Parts Unknown #1 from Adriano Aragonello and Daniel Caval and JP Jordan at Pesto Comics. Final order cutoff March 30th, in stores on April 29th.
Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater presents Romeo and Juliet and Godzilla by Adam Tierney, Scott Peacock, Tom Scioli at IDW. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores April 8th.
And sorry, Sean, that was Sean Peacock, not Scott. The Hab #1 from Joshua Dysart, David Lapham, Bill Sienkiewicz, Jacob Phillips at Bad Idea. Final order cutoff March 9th, in stores on April 8th.
Hidden Springs #1 by Rob Williams, Nil Vendrell at Dark Horse. Final order cutoff April 6th, in stores May 13th.
In Your Skin #1 from Aditya Bidikar and Sam at Image Comics. Final order cutoff is March 30th, in stores April 22nd.
Kilroy Is Here one-shot from Joe Pruitt, Dalibor Taljic at Image Comics. Final order cutoff is missing, probably.
Order cutoff March 9th, and in stores April 1st. The Audibles Odyssey #1 from Coney Millionaire at Bad Idea. Final order cutoff March 9th, in stores April 8th.
The Pear Shape, Nick Thorburn at Fantagraphics Underground. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores April 8th.
Planet Atmos Exordium #1 from DR Bushnell and Rob McEvedy and Andrea Cucci at Mad Cave Comics. Final order cutoff is March 30th, in stores April 22nd.
Create Machine #1 by Ryan O'Nam, Tim Seeley, Paolo Armitano at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff March 16th, in stores April 8th.
Red Roots #1 from Lorenzo De Felici at Image Comics. Final order cutoff March 30th, in stores April 22nd.
Royals #1 from Derek Kirk Kim and Jacob Perez at Image. Final order cutoff March 9th, in stores April 1st.
Strength and Ash #1 from Evan K. Pazios, Stefano Cardacelli, Francesco Perillo at Keen Spot on a final order cutoff of March 9th, and in stores on April 22nd.
Something Out of a Time Machine, Swamp Thing 1989 #1, number 88 from Rick Veitch, Michael Zulli, Vince Locke at DC. Final order cutoff April 6th, in stores April 29th.
And some graphic novels. Take it away, Phil.
Apple Guy and Beefwood by Cedar Van Tassel from Drummond Quarterly. Final order cutoff March 30th, in stores May 27th.
Chernobyl, Life and Other Disasters from Yevgenia Neighborg at Neil Porter Books. Final order cutoff is March 16th, in stores April 14th.
How I Make Comics by Kim Deitch at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores April 8th.
How to Survive the End of the World, a graphic expression of how to maybe avoid extinction from Katie Doty at MIT Press. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores March 31st.
I Didn't Ask for This by Jeannie Wood and Josh Cornelian at Mad Cave Maverick. Final order cutoff March 23rd, in stores April 15th.
That's a good friend of mine, Jenny Wood. Hopefully, we'll have her back soon. Magnificent African Adventure: The Perils of Giuseppe Bergman by Milo Manara at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff is March 23rd, in stores on April 29th.
Mary Payne by Lola Laurent at Drawn and Quarterly. Final order cutoff March 9th, in stores May 6th.
Narrow Rooms from Choi Sungmin at Drawn and Quarterly. Final order cutoff is March 23rd, in stores May 20th.
Opioids and Organs, Arizona O'Neill, Drawn and Quarterly. Final order cutoff March 16th, in stores May 20th.
Outline, Michelle Fischels at Oni Press. Final order cutoff July 27th, in stores on August 19th.
Bunkenheads by Dave Baker and Nicole Gu at Top Shelf. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores April 7th.
Reincarnation Stories from Kim Deitch at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff is March 23rd, in stores April 29th.
Sovietland by Pierre-Henry Gaumont at Abrams. Final order cutoff March 16th, in stores April 29th.
Was That Normal by Alex Potts at Avery Hill. Final order cutoff is March 9th, in stores April 1st.
Young Shadow and the Watchdogs by Ben Sears at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff March 16th, in stores April 22nd.
And some collections, Phil.
First up, there's Batman and Volume 1, Daylight by Matt Fraction and Jimenez at DC. Final order cutoff March 9th, in stores June 2nd.
Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League from Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott. From DC Comics. Final order cutoff is March 9th, and in stores May 19th.
The Complete 2000 AD by Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons, Alan Davis, Ian Gibson, John Higgins over at Rebellion. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores April 8th.
I neglected to put it there. That's The Complete 2000 AD by Alan Moore, Volume 1. There will be
Volume
more.
1.
Yeah.
More.
The Complete Charles Dana Gibson, A Widow and Her Friends from Charles Dana Gibson at Living the Line. Final order cutoff is March 9th, in stores April 8th.
Everything Dead and Dying by Kate Bromble and Jacob Phillips at Image Comics. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores April 8th.
FML from Kelly Sue DeConnick and David Lopez at Dark Horse Comics. Final order cutoff is March 30th, in stores on September 15th.
Godzilla vs. America, Boston, Chicago, Kansas City, Los Angeles by Tim Seeley, Carolyn Cash, Gabriel Hardman, Dave Baker, Jesse Lonergan et al. Over at IDW. Final order cutoff March 2nd, in stores April 7th.
Gunpowder Profits from Justin Jordan and Patrick Piazzalunga at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff is March 16th, in stores April 8th.
The Guy in the Chair by Hannah Rose May, Utkarsh Ambudkar, Guillermo Sana, Dirbla Kelly over at Dark Horse. Final order cutoff March 9th, in stores June.
Mobius Library, The Depressed Hunter from Mobius at Dark Horse. Final order cutoff is March 9th, and in stores June 9th.
Red Book, Volume 1 by James Tynan IV and Michael Avon Oving, Dark Horse. Final order cutoff March 9th, in stores June 30th.
Space Scouts by Matt Kint, David Rubin at Dark Horse. Final order cutoff is March 9th, in stores June 9th.
Temporal by Stephanie Williams, Isaiah Fulmore at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff March 16th, in stores April 8th.
And Uncle Scrooge, The Lost Beneath the Sea, the complete Carl Barks Disney Library number 30 by Carl Barks at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff of March 16th, and in stores on April 28th.